On the morning of September 14, 2019, the town of Millbrook woke up to an unsettling mystery. Daniel Hamper, a well-respected trader and owner of Harper's General Store, vanished without a trace. His store remained locked, his truck was still parked outside, and his wallet and phone were left untouched inside his home. Daniel wasn't the type to leave without telling someone. He had lived in Millbrook his entire life. He was reliable, predictable, and most importantly, well-loved. So where was he? As the hours turned into days, the entire town searched for answers. But what they would soon discover was far more sinister than anyone had imagined. At first, police suspected a random act of violence. Maybe Daniel had been attacked on his way home or lured out by someone with bad intentions. But the lack of forced entry, struggle, or missing belongings suggested otherwise. Then came a chilling piece of evidence: surveillance footage from a gas station 15 miles away. At 10:37 p.m. on the night he disappeared, Daniel was seen sitting in his truck, talking to someone in the passenger seat. The figure was unidentifiable, but one thing was clear: Daniel knew them. Investigators now believe Daniel wasn't the victim of a random crime. Someone close to him was involved. As police dug deeper, Daniel's picture-perfect life began to crack. He wasn't just a friendly store owner. He was also a private lender, giving loans to locals who struggled financially. While he was generous, he also expected repayment. And when people didn't pay up, tensions rose. One name stood out: Ethan Rollins, a 29-year-old mechanic who had borrowed a large sum of money and failed to return it. Witnesses reported seeing Daniel and Ethan arguing heatedly just weeks before his disappearance. Investigators were convinced Ethan had a motive. But just as they were closing in on him, a shocking discovery changed everything. 1 week after Daniel's disappearance, a cadaver dog led investigators behind Harper's General Store. Buried in a shallow grave, they found Daniel's body. But the most disturbing part? The forensic evidence didn't point to Ethan Rollins. It pointed to Maggie Collins, Daniel's longtime friend and one of the town's most beloved residents. Maggie had been the one leading search parties, comforting Daniel's grieving friends, and insisting that the town needed justice. But behind the scenes, she had everything to lose. Phone records showed Maggie had called Daniel repeatedly on the night he vanished. Security footage captured her truck near his shop just 30 minutes after he was last seen. And then there was the final piece of the puzzle: Maggie owed Daniel thousands. Daniel had been patient with her debts. Until that night, an argument over money turned deadly. In a moment of rage, Maggie struck him, and when she realized what she had done, she panicked. She buried him behind his own store, thinking no one would suspect the caring, soft-spoken retired schoolteacher. She was wrong. In March 2021, Maggie pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Millbrook, once a town where trust was everything, was left shattered. A friend had betrayed a friend. A beloved figure had hidden a terrible secret. Today, Harper's General Store remains abandoned, a reminder that some of the darkest crimes don't come from strangers, but from the people we trust the most.